Welcome to episode 75 of Snap on This, a Marvel Snap podcast. This week's secret homework, design a West Coast Avenger. I'm your host, LaurenWhatevs, here with my usual amazing, delightful, effervescent co-hosts. First up, Ree, how was your week in Snap? And keep it snappy.
It started out less fun because I realized in Snap, as in most arenas of life these days, I've been kind of forced into like the AI slop of like deck building, which is the auto deck. Which when I was like, why am I? At first I thought I'm just doing it out of convenience because it's easier than like building a deck from a picture or whatever. Because I used to go and play. I realized I used to play friends decks so much more, or like just random decks I found. And part of that's that I'm like not as into the community. I don't see as much stuff. But obviously I used to like go seek out and try a lot more. And I realized the reason I don't is because I just don't have the same collection anymore. I don't have enough of the new cards. There's usually one I'm missing because, I went to like go because I was like, I want the comfort of a safety deck because like what's comforting to me is that like I said, safety deck builds like the kind of toolbox that speaks to me that like I can play well. Like, it's how I gas myself up is how I remember that, like, a safety deck always plays well for me, which means, like, my brain is somewhat aligned with the great safety deck building brain.
But
he pays for all the time and thought thinkingness that I would like to shortcut. So I can just take the decks. Anyway, but anytime I go for a safety deck, it's always got, like, at least, like, one of the new cards that I don't have yet. And it's one of those things where it's, like, in a 12-card deck, changing even one card feels like, like when you read the comments on a recipe and someone beneath is like, well, 0 stars, it turned out terrible for me. And they're like, well, did you make any substitutions? And it's like, well, yeah, I didn't have, like, potatoes, so I put in tomatoes because there's only one letter difference there. And it's just like, but it's like that kind of thing, right? You can't complain about someone's. It feels like it throws it off. You want to experience the whole deck. And so I've been, like, and I haven't, like, had all the time to, like, cook or whatever. So I've been auto-decking, but it's like the thing with auto-deck is, like, you never get a gem. We've talked about this before. It's like you just get, like, the meta deck, and then whatever card you, like, whatever card you put in, and then they take out whatever was close enough to that card that maybe is less important.
Yeah, they do, like, sloppy substitutions if you're missing a card.
Right? Yeah, they're really like, okay, here's the best thing you should play, and then, here's your trash. Here's your trash
right.
That you forced me to put in it. And it's like, and I know it hates me because I occasionally run the experiment, which I'm curious about. I guess I bet other people do. Occasionally just open a deck and be like, build me a deck. What's the best thing? What is the thing you think is the best for me to play from my collection? And for a long time, it was like Bullseye. And I was like, why I oughta. Okay. Oh, no, that's a bad reference, isn't it? To an old. That's the problem with my generation. Our very youngest, earliest references are no good. Okay, anyway.
Is that a bad reference?
So, I think
it's just to like domestic, like so a man to his
wife. This is a honeymooners reference, I believe, if we go back far enough.
Right. I'm thinking of it as like one step removed to all the cartoons that reference it, but yeah.
I should never be allowed to speak, to be honest.
No, I was also thinking of the cartoons at first, but then I was like, where is that really from? Yeah. But
then lately, auto deck all the time anymore. What auto deck thinks is the best for me to play is Cerebro. It's always what I hate most. It's like when we were kids, we thought like the AI future. It's like, we can have anything we want. Like I read Uglies and stuff where it's like, yes, the magic box in the computer will print out whatever we desire. And instead it's like, no, it's an endless parade of uncanny things we hate. Like bad memory. Okay, anyway. And that's like, so it's kind of a bummer. So I had just enough. I had already like willy-nilly spent all my gold. And, you know, if the world's ending, why not also just blow all my tokens? So I had enough to get 2 new Season 5 cards. And I'm like, okay, hopefully I can get either Dragon of the Moon or Maverick. And then I can play the safety decks. So I just like blind rolled. And I got Maverick on the second try. I forget what I got. It was some card I didn't care about in the first try. It was like,
Maverick's a good hit, though.
Yeah. So I was playing that which I can talk about that when we go over, like, Fang Foom. Sorry. I didn't mean to, like, drag that out. Okay, but, because that's, like, mostly what I played that wasn't, like, what I talked about last week, or things that I played and hated, or anything else. Yeah. That's where I've been at.
All right. Yeah. I just tested, because I thought that it worked this way, but I wasn't 100% sure. I rolled 5 5 auto decks, and they were all different. So I think...
Oh, really? So mine just extra hates me.
Yeah, but yes, and you could just roll another one if it gives you an archetype you don't like. If you have a single card in there, it will give you the same one every single time. But if you have nothing in there, there's some sort of RNG going on. Just future ref if you feel like playing something somewhat meta-y but not building it. I think part of it is not even just the mental energy that goes into building a deck, but also like the interface of putting 12 cards together. It's like slower than it should be. And I'm not really sure how to make it faster, but yeah.
Like, scroll.
It's like, it's slow enough. I won't play a deck on Twitter or Blue Sky or whatever. Like, I won't play a shared deck that doesn't have a deck code unless it looks really fun. And I've had people tease me for that, but I'm just like, I don't want to manually put a deck together. Yeah.
You know, it's kind of a small thing, but rotation would make it simpler, because like the collection screen just gets longer and longer and longer and longer.
Yes, I was just thinking how one of the things I used to do like a year ago or whatever earlier on was when I was in a place when I, didn't have a smartphone and I had to be still, I would build a deck in my head, and I could do it because I had all the cards. Like, they were all in there exactly as they are and how they worked. And I just can't, like, if I can't do that in my head, because I'm going to forget, like, Chamber exists. I'm going to forget all these cards exist. And it's just really hard to do, I don't know, in a way that feels encompassing.
Yeah. It's a much bigger set of cards now than it was a couple years ago. Ben, how was your weekend snap? And keep it snappy.
My weekend snap, endeavoring to keep it snappy as I occasionally do. I would first like to posit that Willy Nilly's serious alter ego is named William Nilliam, and that's just something I've been holding on to for a few minutes.
Wait, whose alter ego?
Willy Nilly. You said you were doing something Willy Nilly, and I'm like, I bet there's a serious version of Willy Nilly, and it's William Nilliam. That's what he writes on job applications. Anywho, I also had a weekend snap. I didn't mention it last week, but I kind of think Zombie Galacti was already a little too good before they did this stupid fucking skill thing with him in the OTA. So I'm a little peeved about that. Yeah, I'm just not loving some things in the meta right now. So I also decided to seek the comfort of a Safety Blade deck, and I also struggled with not having all the cards. I mean, I might have made this substitution, or I may have swapped out this card even if I had this card, because I'm not really a Lockheed believer like that. But I did I did get into a safety blade deck today and yesterday actually, and that is Dragon Strength Tape. It's a variation on the classic.
Oh, that's what I played. We played on the same one.
Yeah, I cut Lockheed because I don't have Lockheed, and I played some games with.
That's why I was so excited to play the deck.
Yeah, I replaced Lockheed with Cable because as I whined about when he got buffed, like there's really no reason this card should be 2/4.
It baffles me. Why did they do that?
And like, it's everywhere right now because why wouldn't it be everywhere right now? You took a point away from Merlin, which is fine, but like you also gave one to Cable, which was not fine. So that was stupid, and that's what they did.
I feel like that's fine. Because Kate felt powerful at one time, but now Merlin is just preferable to Kate, like almost all the time, right?
I get them taking the point from Merlin, but giving the point to Cable is, I don't understand. Like, it was already a 2/3 with good upside. Like, come on.
A perfectly, good at its job card. And anyway, since Lockheed was no longer there, I played several games with Kitty Pryde, and that was fine. But, like, she just kept crowding up the hand. And this deck has both Merlin and Kate in it, which I don't usually do as a deck builder myself, because when I do that, I have run into problems with just hand size. Because, like, I'm missing draws usually if I have both of them in the same deck, because locations do things and all that stuff. So anyway, I replaced Kate with Spider-Ham. I thought about doing... There are other 1-costs I might try in that spot, because there are a lot of fun 1-costs. But yeah, so my version... My bastardization of this Safety Blade deck is Loki, Nico Minoru, Spider-Ham, Merlin, Hawkeye Kate Bishop, Cable, Maverick, Mobius M. Mobius, Hope Summers, Stardust, oh my girl, Shola the Undying, and Fin Fang Foom. Because I had Fin Fang FOMO. I don't know. I don't know why I got this card. I don't really see myself playing it. I can't believe
that's the first time I heard that this week.
It's good at what it does.
It is.
I know, right?
It's the premium big guy now. The premier would have been a more accurate word. Yeah. Although he is also premium.
Not super premium, though. That's Dragon of the Moon.
Yeah.
Big falls. Anyway, we'll talk more about Fin Fang Foom later, so I have no thoughts. No thoughts right now. My thoughts
thus concludes your week in Snap.
You know, probably some other interesting things happened in my week. I had a new personal best in Hades 2 Fresh Files.
Let's go.
Also, I confused my Google Play Games cloud saves for Slay the Spire because I dropped my real phone, my good phone, in some water while doing the dishes, and so that was chilling in a bowl of rice for a second, and I tried to play Slay the Spire on my old phone, but now Google Play is confused and it thinks that I have not cleared as many ascensions as I have actually cleared on my most far along Slay the Spire thing. So I was working on the final 2 runs of the Silent, and I'd done Ascension 20 with everything else, and I was just this close to like 100%ing the whole. I guess that's what I said. The whole Slay the Spire thing, and guess what? March. In a matter of weeks, Slay the Spire 2. And I will not shut up about it. I'm warning y'all now. Ooh. There's going to be some discussion of Slay the Spire 2. And it's coming. It's coming. So brace yourselves for just so much Slay the Spire talk. But anywho, so yeah, that's very sad to me that I confused my most far along Slay the Spire. I mean, I'm also playing on PC, and and it's fine. It's fine. I just love playing Slay the Spire. I'll clear all those damn ascensions again. Anywho, it'll be fine. But it was, I shed a tear or two. Not literally, but yeah, on the inside. Anything else exciting in my Week in Snap or Snap adjacent things? Oh yeah, the personal best that I beat in the Hades 2 fresh file thing. Still not up to where I want to get it. And then I'm going to get to revisit all the real normal ass Hades 2 main game content. I mean, like, I love this fresh file grind, but like, I miss some of the other Olympians. I miss Hermes. I miss taking Winner's Circle all the goddamn time. I miss Nitro Boost. It makes you go fast like Blinding Rush, but also it stops damage like Snow Queen. And where I come from, all we have are Blinding Rush and Snow Queen. Is the same 5 fucking Olympians every night. And you only get 4 of them. And one of them has to be Demeter or Poseidon. And, you know, it just...
You could have 2 save files.
I have multiple save. I've got 4 save files.
Okay.
One of them I haven't touched since 2024. I've got my first early access save file all pristine and unopened in a long time. But anywho, I suppose that has been enough things in my Week in Snap and Snap adjacent stuff. And
wait, while we're in Hades too.
Oh, hit me with
can
it.
I can try. Okay, I'm still a bit. So one, I've realized. You were right. Originally, all the boons you recommended were boons I had immediately been like, nah, not for me. But because you mentioned them, I went through and took a second look at all of them, and a lot of them I had just misread originally or didn't think all the way through, and I have enjoyed all of the ones you recommended. I've been not playing quite as much as I would like, so I'm a little bit slower, but I've still been progressing some new notes. I love Icarus. Oh, he's so lovable. Who knew? I've always been a fan of the Daedalus and Icarus myth, and so I love the interpretation of him as
Otis from Sex Education on Netflix.
I feel like when I look at okay, my instinct when I think of him is that interview of not Han Solo, Harrison Ford. I know the difference. When he is looking at I don't know, a picture of something, he's just like, boy, baby boy. And I'm like, that's it. Anyway, okay. But secondly, and this is unusual for me because as I've previously established on the podcast, I am more of a firm ground. Literally, I'm not interested in a cruise. That sounds terrifying. Not a shipper, but I so hardcore ship Milenoe. I keep feeling like I'm going to say it wrong. And Nemesis. I don't know. They just have
that's
that
the
right,
one true pairing.
That,
absolutely, 100%.
Next to Hot Topic, kind of pairing of them. Where you just it just goes together so well. And they have that sparks.
Absolutely, 200%.
It's when I got one of the most literally one of the least embarrassing things among many embarrassing things I've done in my life. Was I remember when we started watching She-Ra, the cartoon, and my friend...
I've been watching She-Ra and the Princesses of Power.
It's so good.
Hey.
Are you watching it for the first time?
We're going to win in the end.
I hope you finish it before it gets kicked off of Netflix.
Yeah, that's why I started watching it.
Okay.
I love Andy Stevenson. And I
wish
like good
it got
things,
to be continued in comics or something. It's really good. But... where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, I was telling how when it started, and my friend, who is in fact a lesbian, and I should have listened to her, she's like, Catra and Adora, they're into each other, they got it bad. I'm like, I don't know, I think it's just friend energy, I'm such an idiot. Adora. Yeah, this is how far I've come and learned that I'm no, these two, they're it's kind of in Hades 1, I feel like I kind of shipped. I just thought she was cool, to be honest, and I just wanted to be her. Is it Megara? Who's the one you always, the cool one?
The first one you fight. You meet.
I had a dream where you got to play as her. You unlocked a mode in Hades.
That'd be fun.
You got to be. Yeah.
I'd play a Silk Song.
It's how I want to play Zelda someday. I'm let me do it. Just let me do it once. Okay.
Yes, big agree. There was I think it was for Tears of the Kingdom, there was a trailer that made it look like, oh, are they finally going to do it? Are they finally going to let us play as Zelda, or at least have some sort of like co-op experience? But no, you can in like Hyrule Warriors, like the Dynasty Warriors spinoff Zelda titles.
Oh, I love
but they're just different games. Yeah.
Didn't they do a recent Zelda with Zelda? A Zelda? Didn't they do one? I heard it was.
Yes.
But it's not like
it was
a
really fun. What is it called? Echoes of Wisdom or something? Yeah. It was really cute, but it was a different type of game.
A bit of a departure, right?
I 100%ed it, but it was much more of a puzzle game. But it was still cute. You just like when you did combat, you summoned monsters to fight for you, or summoned spikes, or summoned what? There's lots of really clever things you can do because you can summon shit. But anyway,
that does sound fun. Also, I've got one more thing in response to something Rhi said about Hades too, about how these boons that she initially was dismissive of maybe actually seem a little better upon a closer examination, and that is my grandpa's deck has no pathetic boons. Anyway, yeah, everybody in the family brings all the Olympians rock so much. They're all so cool. I want to hang out with all of them, soak up their boons, just kick it with their beautiful character portraits. Just hang tight with all the Olympians and the chthonic gods, and just all of them. Just a great pantheon.
Ben, did you ever play Binding of Isaac?
No, I've not.
Binding of Isaac reminds me a lot of Hades in some ways. The main way being, and this is kind of maybe a mainstay of the genre now, but the main way being that the way that you build up your collection of abilities, they interact with each other in interesting ways sometimes, and almost like unlock secret weapons because of the way that these two things interact with each other. It's kind of Zelda top down, but also a twin stick shooter. Anyway, it's really, really good, but also kind of weird because it's, by the art style from the guy who did Meat Boy. Love that game for what it's worth. My week in Snap, it felt like a good creative week. I put out, I think, 4 clip videos, 2 of which used old cards. I always feel cool when I can, older cards. I guess one of them was Lin Leah, so not that old, but I always feel cool when I can come up with interaction that feels new. 2 of them were Fang Foom, so and one of them, the deck turned out to be quite a bit better than my clip decks normally are. So I'll actually talk about that in just a second. But yeah, it was a fun week. I enjoyed Snap this week. I don't love the Climb to Infinite, so it's like, that's nice that that's done. And I don't like High Voltage, so I stopped playing it as soon as I got Dragon Lord, and that was what worked best for me. Okay. Speaking of Dragon Lord and Lin Leah, both of them I brought up. Any thoughts about these 2 cards a week later? Any retrospective?
I'm still loving Lin Leah. I still haven't played Dragon Lord, but I'm seeing Dragon Lord around. Seems like exactly as real a card as I thought it would be.
Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah,
it's nice to see an event card be kind of real.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say I mostly played it in High Voltage, so not real Snap. And most of the ones I've been playing have been forecast from Loki, so they've been way too good. I've been playing the same deck. It's so fun. Okay, but yeah.
Reed, do you play much Loki? Is this as novel an experience for you playing the Loki deck as it is for me?
I haven't played Loki for months. It's been a long time since I've played
I've never
Loki,
really had a Loki phase, so I've only ever played Loki in safety decks.
Multiple Loki phases. That's my kind of.
Sorry for the digression. I had to know how big a part of your life Loki was.
I know he was busted, but like old Loki was really fun. The one that transformed cards in your hand.
Drew a card.
That was a.
I forgot
the
Old Loki. I forgot that he ever drew a card. But yeah, original Loki that transformed your hand.
Was he a 3/5 that drew a card? Am I remembering that right?
It was
I think so.
bad.
Yeah. Gosh.
Fucking goobers.
Getting beaten with your own deck over and over again.
Loki was just had a wild history.
Yeah.
Anyway. And now he's a 1-cost. Like, yeah, it's weird transformation that he's been through. Might be one of the cards that has changed more than any other card. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 balance changes since his release.
Think about this. This is why he's good again, though, now. Because, like, typically his ability is much less good to deck build around than, like, previously, right? But in a mirror like this, when you're playing against a lot of lounge, when everyone's got these big ass cards in their deck, like that's what you want. Like any of these really big cards that you can play a turn early and play multiple of them, it's so good. It must be so aggravating for the people when we play the Loki. It's like turn before they even get to play theirs. Go ahead.
Loki always keeps up with the game because, you know, as power creep happens, Loki's card quality gets better, you know. He's never going to fall behind, you know.
I don't think that's true necessarily. The game has had a lot of synergy creep, which is like it's harder to have a deck that's just a deck of good cards.
Both.
Right?
If it were just synergy creep, it would not reward Loki so much.
No, I know it has power creep too, but like in the metas that are really synergy heavy, I think Loki suffers because he's behind on draws. But like Fang Foom, Shou Lao, Maverick, Dragon Lord, like tons of cards lately that are like generically good, and tons of decks can play them.
Even the synergy things, like Maverick is very often the most synergistic like linchpin of a deck, but he's also just a standalone just club banger. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, even if you don't buff Maverick, is it that big of a loss to play 2/3 Maverick that passes it on?
No, I mean, it's a 2/6 minimum.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about this week's new card, Fang Foom, a 7/12, which sounds so big, but really isn't that hard to play in 2026. Marvel Snap. On reveal, gain the power of front row enemy cards here. I know Ben got him. Did you get him, Ree?
Yes, I did. I bought it like with tokens because, you know, I have too many cards to have gambled for it. So I got it early in the week. Then didn't play with it for a while. And I did. Oh, sorry.
That's fun. It's fun when you get the new card when it's new. It's like that's something that you both brought up on your weekend snaps. It's like, yeah, we didn't really talk about it at length, but the game is so focused on the new hotness. All the new content is the new hotness. The decks that Ari's playing is the new hotness. The meta tilts towards the new hotness. Like, so I think it can be like off-putting or disappointing. Like it changes your relationship to the game when you can't be keeping up with every new card.
Yeah. Okay, and we're going to talk about close to the same deck because Ben modded it. But I also played the Dragon Strength tape. I was real excited to play because I had been just wanting to play Lockheed and Kitty, and everything I've built, I was playing a lot of like some like Werewolf Agamotto stuff, you know, like with Lockheed. I haven't gotten to do the Kitty Pride stuff like I've wanted. So that was really exciting. And Hope, who I've also been wanting to play, and is I like this as the energy getter in this deck. And you know, I like if you are gonna sub for Lockheed, I like the Spider-Ham idea of Ben's. I think that's really solid.
I went with Cable. I think of Spider-Ham as the replacement.
Oh, you were just thinking of Spider-Ham. Oh, my brain locked into that. It's
I replaced 2 cards because Kitty didn't make as much sense without Lockheed.
You raised Kate. Yeah.
No, I got Kate in there. The cards I cut were Lockheed and Kitty.
Oh, you cut. Oh, okay. Yeah, you took all the fun out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything you like about the deck is gone from my version.
I know. I just want to be a girl with her dragon who takes on all the bad guys.
There are still two dragons in there. They
people.
take out more bad guys than Lockheed ever could.
But they're not but the bigger dragons are better when you also have a tiny shoulder dragon. It is known. Okay.
That's true.
So that's cool. Yes, Maverick is also good. The problem is all these buff cards are good, and that means everyone plays them. And
Yeah.
I like a buff style of deck.
Samey.
Yeah. So and the Loki's just been. We already kind of mentioned it's a good time for it. You're just likely to get really good stuff, and it's been enjoyable for me. Like, cause whenever I get Loki on one now, I get put down. I'm like, this is an unknown. They have a Deadpool avatar, so I'm gonna lean towards Destroy because you know how Destroy players be. Like, their avatars always in Destroy. And so it's like, make some assumptions, but you don't know. You just play a Loki, you've got what's in your hand, and I don't know. It's like the joy of Irish. It's just like, I don't even know. I don't know. I liked a weapon. What was that location they took away? Just replaced your District X.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Forgot about that. Removed your deck and replaced it with 10 cards.
I get that it could be annoying when you put together a deck you wanted to play with, but the mystery of the unknown. That's the fun of Loki. Like, turn 1. I don't even know what I'm going to get. We're going to find out. Next turn. Okay.
Did it trade decks with your opponent? Am I thinking of a different location?
I think there was a location that did that. I don't like that
there
one.
was.
That was the one I thought we were talking about at first, and I was so not into it.
No, I don't like that one. I agree. No, I'm talking about the one that replaced it with 10 random cards. Yeah. The one where it swapped decks was irritating because those are my variants.
Or maybe that's just, I think it might just be old Weird World. You would draw from your opponent's deck.
Yeah. That's the one.
Yes.
Also, hey, you know what? I got Triskelion. Get it out of here. I'm sick of having my hand filled up with bullshit. And
I agree. Triskelion is yucky.
Triskellion's a feel bad location. No fun. And it's not super duper. I mean, maybe it's super duper skill testing, but I don't see it. Maybe. I don't know.
In the old days, World would replace
Momentous.
your
Remember that location?
Have it so easy. Is that that
Momentous
blew up?
one.
You would it would draw 2 cards from your deck and then destroy the rest of your deck, something like that.
And you're just I have no in hand.
Your hand is all you
for
get.
a while, didn't it?
Yeah, but it's been cut from the game.
I forgot. Oh,
District X is still in the game. It's just only for low CL players.
Ah, yes, I remember. I read about it and forgot. Yes.
Should have a limited time mode that's just all the most hated locations.
It's just Plunder Castle, Milano. There was that one, Yoshida base. I don't think people hated that. It just didn't work.
Yeah, I think there was something bugged about it.
Anyway, that was a fun diversion. Did you finish talking about Fang Foom?
I'm done. Ben, go ahead. Give your thoughts on the deck.
It's real big. I mean, it's what they like to call, I believe the term they use is a rate card. I mean, this is you're getting good value for 7 energy. As I mentioned, that's not a thing that's ever been on offer before. It's always been a thing. It's for a long time been a thing that I think a lot of decks could want and, reliably play. As Lauren mentioned, it's just not that hard. 7 energy. Really, I mean, it is Baby Town Frolics, and I may have never, in fact, I'm sure I never explained, but I did not conjure those 2 words out of thin air. That's from the pilot of Archer, Mole Hunt.
I learned when I Googled it. Yeah. I still liked it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a good phrase to have in your vocabulary for moments like when you're thinking about how easy it is to get 7 energy in 2026.
Very useful. Here's my silly deck. The point of this deck was to blow up Fang Foom with Kid Omega, but then, so of course Kid Omega gets huge, but then also have Fire Hair on the board to do even more Fang Foom nonsense.
Sure.
And I've pulled off the combo many times with like Wong and Mystique and like doing it in the flashiest way possible, trying to save the Mystique for turn 7 so that the opponent doesn't really know how hard they're about to get hit. But also I've been playing this just because like while trying to seek the perfect version of the clip, I was still winning tons of games along the way with like much milder versions. Like you don't need Limbo, you don't need Mystique. Sometimes you don't even need Wong, like against like Chamber Ramp decks. They have enough power in the front row. Firehair can win it without double procking, and it's fine.
Is Martyr here? Sorry to interrupt. I'm like so curious. Because looking at this, okay, I can see like with Nico, right, and with Kid Omega, you could back up. Is that? Please explain. I love a Martyr.
Okay, so this is. I actually play a shit ton of Martyr in my clip decks. Just. 1/5 is great, and I don't care if she moves at the end of the game because I've usually done something big enough that it doesn't matter. And so Martyr is primarily here to get Adam Warlock to do his thing. But
Trixie, okay.
But she's also cheap, so she can work with Nico's draw spell also. Yellow Jacket is the same. Yellow Jacket and Martyr have the same job. They're both there to support Nico and Adam Warlock from drawing. So these 4 show up in a lot of my clip decks. They're just my favorite package for drawing cards.
And then, of course, I love that. I had never thought about that before. That makes sense when you've got that combo you need. Like a cute little like Adam Warlock and Martyr.
Yeah, and it's like surprisingly consistent at drawing cards. As long as you can get Adam early enough, you usually have another way to help him out.
Remember when Adam was so unplayable?
Yeah.
It's nice to see
was he,
him.
a 5 cost?
Yeah, 5/4
or something. They tried so many versions of him. He was like considered one of the worst cards, if not the worst card in the game for a very long time. And now he gets regular play.
Current version a little bit annoying to play against. Every time people put it down, I'm just like, I wish you hadn't done that. But also, I never want to put it in one of my decks because, like, I just don't think it's like I find it annoying more than I find it like oppressive. I'm not like, oh no, I'm losing to Adam Warlock all the time. I'm just like, oh, the game became a little more tense and frustrating for me now that I have to fucking juggle your Adam Warlock bullshit. It's very similar to Iron Patriot in that, like, I don't feel like I'm losing to this card like too much, but I do feel like it's just a burden on me as a person.
How does
trying
Nebula
to do my own
compare?
thing.
That's how Nebula feels. Nebula feels obnoxious to me.
I mean, like, if you're letting Nebula has become Rocket Pad, you know, like don't alter your game plan to keep Nebula from gaining 1 power. Like, what are you doing?
She gains 2 power.
Oh, I guess she gains 2. Whatever. That's same business.
She can be pretty beefy.
Yeah, she gets, but like she dies to Killmonger and stuff, and like, and I probably do give her more weight than Rocket Pad. I'll play Merlin skills there and stuff. Like, it's not that hard to keep Nebula in her, you know, down among the oneers where she belongs. But I don't know. I don't. Who's playing Nebula in 2026?
Yeah, I don't see her very often. Yeah. Rhea, if you do want to play more Martyr, she's really cool with Ancient One. The problem is they're both 5s, and so everybody's like, "Oh, Cerebro 5," which, like, it is a strong deck, and they both go there. But you can do other things too. And Martyr is an excellent target for that.
Ooh, I had a wonderful 8 cuber that I got from a Martyr that moved. I love it when that happens. What a cool design.
You know, for how much I play her, she moves very rarely.
Very rarely,
yeah. It happens, but it's like once a week, if that. Like, it's very rare that the 5 power is the thing that can swing the game. which is probably also something like an indictment of Captain Marvel, because I imagine it's similar that 5 power can win the game. Although there are locations that are like harder to reach, so maybe that happens more often.
Yeah, I think Captain Marvel gets more out of it than Martyr loses. But yeah, I don't know how to show my work on that, but I think, yeah.
I mean, there's other things you can do to make Martyr work too. Like if you're filling the other 2 locations, she's just 5 power.
Oh yeah, it's such a good design.
Yeah, she's grown on me a lot. You can't see it in this picture, but she has black crackle. And because you can't see it in that picture, maybe I'll keep splitting her for more crackle. But my favorite cards get crackled. The main way I'm pulling out Fang Foom, I do have Jennifer Kale and Magic so that I can afford him. But the main way is Wave. And that has been really cool because I can do Firehair and Fang Foom on turn 6. And that catches people off guard. So I'm not saying climb with this deck, but if you like silly fun decks, this one is like... It's a silly, fun, surprising combo. You can steal a lot of cubes with it. It is vulnerable to tech, but you can steal a lot of cubes with it. And it's not like, some of my clip decks take like 30 minutes to do once. This, you could do this multiple times in just a few minutes. Like, okay, I'm exaggerating. Multiple times in just a few games. There we go. Play it for fun though. Don't blame me if you try climbing with it.
But also... give lots of very loud praise to Lauren if you do climb with it and it works, because I bet you can. She's not making that claim, but I will.
No, if you're good at snapping and retreating, you totally could. It's frequent enough that you could do it. Vibe check on next week's card: Shang-Chi, Master of the Rings. You want to read them off?
I certainly could if I opened the show
To
notes.
read about
it. Shang-Chi, Master of the 5 Rings. He's a 3/5. Game start. The 10 rings starts in your hand. On reveal, unlock their potential. And the 10 rings, for those who have forgotten, is a 2/1. On reveal, give one of your other cards here +1 power. The 10 rings unlocked potential. Oh, that's a 2/2. End of turn. Give your other cards here +1 power. And we think it costs a draw, right?
We know it does. We know it works like Quicksilver. That has been answered in the official Discord.
Well, like, honestly, like, worse than Quicksilver, right? Because, like, at least after you draw
adds
Quicksilver,
a card to your deck, and then it's Quicksilver.
Yeah, stinky.
Which that's I'm guessing it does that because it was too good the other way.
That's the thing, though. I don't know. This is a 3/5, and like the juice does flow from those 10 rings. I don't know. Like my gut feeling is like it's bad to thicken your deck, but on the other hand, I don't know. It's a 3/5, and like it does a thing that Surfer kind of likes, and I don't know. I could see it. I'm trying to remain optimistic, but God damn it, I just want to ignore this card so hard. I'm not in the mood to care about it.
It feels clunky, but the numbers are probably big enough that it's fine or even good.
Yeah. I don't like it aesthetically.
Yeah.
And why did we need another Shang-Chi? The other one is still relevant.
So that they can sell cards that people recognize the characters for.
I guess. I mean, like, how about they make another Shang-Chi movie? That's what I would like.
Yeah. He'll be in the new Avengers probably.
Fucking hope so.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's confirmed. I don't know. I don't follow that stuff super closely. Anyway, not super psyched about this card, but it is the norm, Ben. We are going to continue to get new copies of existing cards.
And I'm going to keep complaining about it because it keeps being bad.
Yeah. We get a new Star-Lord and a new Drax both next month. Are you psyched?
Yes, the second Drax that we were all begging for.
I do kind of want to deck build with this card, though, to be honest. I don't have any tokens. I will not be getting it probably for a while, but, like, I don't know. It kind of interests me. I get, and it being maybe a little clunky, meaning it won't be like super prominent in the meta, might like make it more fun for me too. So
Yeah,
Ben, you have to as a surfer player.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, maybe I should try to have a more positive attitude. Maybe try deck building with him and see what happens. Maybe he will surprise me. Wouldn't be the worst. On to our side quest. First up, and only this week, as is so often the case, secret homework. This secret homework was assigned by Ben.
It's all true. Also, at the top of the episode, Lauren said it was West Coast Avengers, and that's not untrue, but it's actually West Coast Avengers and or Hollywood Heroes of the Silver Screen. That's so because for those who have not caught these Wonder Man trailers, there's a lot of movie magic afoot in the Wonder Man miniseries, it looks like. Anywho, so for this Wonder Man themed season, I wasn't sure if either of my co-hosts would be interested in doing a Wonder Man, so like I'm happy to see another Wonder Man if one of you has designed a Wonder Man, but I don't think you did. So here's our season pass card. I'm a little up in the air on one thing about it. I'm open to debate or discussion on one word here in the text, but Wonder Man, as I have envisioned him, is a 1/0. Whenever any card moves, it gains +1 power. So for those who don't know, Wonder Man is a character that is very, very tied to the Vision in the comics. That sometimes be sharing a body or whatever. The Vision.
Oh, really?
Simon Williams. Yeah. They're like super duper. They're super duper linked up in the
close.
comics. So I wanted to like have a thing that would interact with Vision's ability to like move more than once. So like, but also here's another fun thing about Wonder Man. Originally, one of the masters of evil. He was a plant, a double agent on the Avengers. So I kind of liked that this could help your opponent if they happen to also be playing a multiple moving deck,
Oh.
So I thought that would be cute. Also, a third thing where I tied to comic stuff about Wonder Man is for a while there, he was a pacifist superhero. So non-violent, and that's why he's a 1/0. But, I
like that.
Yeah. So
cool design. I would be interested. I'd be interested in seeing more cards in Snap that introduce global rules like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. I kind of wanted that to be maybe a sub theme of this season. So I designed some more cards.
Yeah,
a couple more. Also, because of these Hollywood Heroes of the Silver Screen, movies, they're cards that move. So.
No, I don't like it anymore. Take it back. Just kidding. That's fabulous.
All right, here's another design I've got for you. This one is of a much more recently introduced character from Gail Simone's current X-Men run. I've got Letitia Leach, and I don't know the character super well because she's only been in 2 issues, including the most recent one that's not even on Marvel Unlimited. So she popped right back up just to make this super duper relevant to the now. And for those who don't know, this is coming from the Marvel fandom wiki, so take this with a grain of salt and a raised eyebrow. But Letitia Leach was an anti-mutant influencer who hid her nature as a mutant herself. She had a podcast So relatable, just like us. Which she used to express her deep-seated hatred for mutants. Less relatable. We love mutants. Believing them to be inferior and a threat to people. Letitia would star in the movie Murder Me, Mutina, which was about a mutant serial killer. This movie was controversial due to depicting mutants in a negative light and exacerbating anti-mutant sentiment. And because of this, the Outliers went to confront her. To their shock, Letitia revealed herself to also be a mutant by displaying her powers to attack them. Before she could harm them, the X-Men intervened and managed to detain her. And so her powers are darkness teleportation, so she can pop out of shadows and shit. And apparently, some mild telepathy. She can read minds in proximity to her. And so I don't know what she did in her second appearance, but she's got a whole look going on. And
they made it a thing. Sorry, with Mutina, where like in all the X titles, they were all reacting to this movie coming out, Murder Me, Mutina, and just these thoughts about like, is this like exploitation of, it was just cute. It was a cute, it's like, this is what a crossover should be. Instead of like hijacking every title into like, here's the issue that doesn't make sense because it goes to something completely different. It's just like, oh, here's like an event in the broader universe and just translated into all the titles. It was cute. Anyway, all right, continue forth with your creations.
So how I chose to represent this on digital cardboard is she's a 2/2 with on reveal, destroy a card at this location that moved last turn. Could be yours, could be your opponent's. Ooh. I don't know. You probably don't want it to be yours, but every once in a while, maybe you do. Who knows? Game's funny like that. And I've got a third card. If y'all have an appetite for it,
let it rip.
You can handle one more. Since we're doing Hollywood Heroes of the Silver Screen, a title that I just invented while we were recording. I think last week I said West Avengers and or Hollywood, but I like saying long phrases sometimes. Anyway, I've got your boy Kingo from the Eternals. So in the comics, Kingo likes to star in samurai films, but in the movie and the What If episode, where Kingo is portrayed by Kumail Nanjiani. Night Thoughts out now on Hulu. Great stand-up special. He's back at it. One of the best in the biz. Kumail's great. Love his comedy. Very very good stuff. Anyway, but the card. He's a 3/4 with end of turn. If another card at this location gained power this turn, this gains +3 power. So another one of these things where like, hey, it could be happening on either side of the field. It's whatever. Also, a lot of the Eternals, basically all of them except Cersei, they all have things that deal with increasing power, like Gilgamesh, Phastos, Thena,
Makari.
Am I missing one? Oh, not Makari. You're right. Makari is another exception. But most of them seem to have power gaining stuff on their
Cersei
text,
mostly causes power gain also.
It's true, but like not like green green numbers like the others seem to do. I thought that would just be a fun card, and it's end of turn, so you could tie it into end of turn synergies. Also, maybe goes in a deck with Thena. Potential. Mm-hmm. Also, unfortunately, it doesn't have anything to do with moving like the other movie characters. But what are you going to do? I designed 3 cards.
Okay.
Who's next?
Ree.
Okay, I only did 1 card, and I did base it on the last West Coast Avengers comic run that I read. Which I think is the most recent one, but I did a comics corner about it, and shout out to our friend Michael who then picked it up, I think, and also read other one. Michael also has similar taste in comics.
Michael's the best.
Recommends. I know. Also recommends. We like to recommend stuff to each other, and I usually know if Michael really likes it, I will too. Okay. And so this one is one that you will boo Princess Bride style because it is an additional of an existing card. It's Ultron West Coast Avenger. But it makes sense. It's actually themey that this Ultron wouldn't be the only Ultron, because the whole point of this Ultron is like, I'm not going to go on at length because I did. What's going on it? But like the whole idea was like it was a bunch of Ultrons. Ultron split itself into a million to try and find the ultimate wind power, and like one of them broke good, you know.
Yeah, this is like a physically distinct character.
Yes, and was like the Avengers have it right. And, you know, we need to go on. And as he goes to try and, like, help the Avengers, he ends up sacrificing himself to save Tony Stark, which earns Tony's limited trust. Tony's kind of like Batman in that he's totally willing to just have plans on hand to take down his friends, because he just feels like... He's like, it's like the way, like, when people get enough money, they think it's because they're smarter than everyone else, but then they open their mouths and you know it's not true. Okay, so... that's okay. I do like Tony Stark on occasion. But okay, this card. So that's all to preference how lower and themey the card is. It is a 5/7 sandwich nicely in power between the two existing Ultrons, and its ability is when one of your other cards would be destroyed or have its text removed, that happens to this card instead. Ooh. So it's kind of like a one-time counter spell, like a Red Guardian or a Shang. I
like that idea.
Yeah.
Very thematic, too.
Right, and I like how it's built so that it'll only work once, because then once it happens, it's like self-taking care. So I'm like, oh, we can't have this be unlimited. I'm like, nope.
That would be really good, yeah. Oh, yeah. It doesn't even have to say once because it gets its text removed or gets destroyed. That's
right. I know. I had put out the text and I'm like, okay, now how do I make sure it's limited? And I'm like, oh, I already did it.
Yeah, nailed it.
I'm that coder. Hey. I've got so many bugs built into my head already when I'm writing things. What did you do, Lauren?
I did 2 from earlier West Coast Avengers, as far as I could tell. I just, I went to a list of West Coast Avengers and picked characters that I was moderately interested in. First up is Tigra, a 3/5, and I came up with a whole bunch of ways to make her an interesting hunter, to lean into her predatory awareness and senses. And what I landed on was a 3/5 activate. Next turn, the losing player reveals their cards first. This is, I hope it's not too busted, but this is what I think would be a cool version of Old Ghost. You can flip priority, and also you don't have to. Like, you can have her on the board and just not activate, right? Like, gives you a lot of control.
Too busted.
I think this is very
just way more
good.
playable.
This is a great design, Lauren.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I thought being activate like gave your opponent the ability to react to it.
You also crushed it.
It's okay.
Spread the love.
I was just struck by this one. I was like, I must speak up about this card because I love that activate, and it's such a good use of activate. And I'm just, there are so many cards where I'm like, this should be a non-reveal, but like, no, this one should be an activate. That's cool.
And it's not like I've read a bunch of stuff with Tiger in it, but from what I gathered from the internet, she's got very good senses and the hunting ability. Stalking.
Did you know she's dating Moon Knight right now?
I saw some pictures of them kissing. I didn't know that they were modern pictures.
No, that's what's happening right now. That's why I've been reading her, because she's in the Moon Knight
literally
comic.
Right now. They're smooching as we speak.
But like he hid that the father of her child was still alive. And also he died because he did that hero thing where it's like, I must die, and everyone else is like, Anyway, so but it's but it's like, it's Moon Knight. Like, if he was good with women, he wouldn't be Moon Knight.
So that's my thought was, if she has that awareness or senses, she knows where her opponent's is. She can choose if she wants to strike first or if she wants to lay in wait and strike second. Anyway, Arachne. This is Sydney Sweeney in the Sony in Madam
I suppose
Web.
it is, isn't it?
Yeah. So Julia Carpenter. From what I read, the second Spider-Woman, the second Arachne, and the second Madam Web. So I almost thought of doing a cute design where she's like always the second, right, to get her mantle, but I didn't do that. I mean, I sort of did. She's a 2/2. So there you go. If you want that tie-in, when another card, she okay, good. She's Spider-Woman when she's in the West Coast Avengers, but I decided that like if they made her as a card, it's more likely that
she
instead
would be
of calling
called
her
Arachne today,
right? Instead of calling her Julia Carpenter, comma Spider-Woman or whatever, and also she's currently Madam Web, or at least she's a newer Madam Web. But I think Arachne is like what she's most known as, so I think that's what they would call the character. When another card moves here, this can move next turn, sort of Meek-like. When this card moves, +3 power. This is hard to tune. Ben might tell me this is way too strong, but the scaling felt like Vulture scaling. The exception being she can move herself, so she gets extra moves.
I like this a lot. I don't think it's too good.
Okay, good. And see her being a good partner to Batroc. They could just keep each other activated constantly.
I mean, maybe the two. Like, I feel like when you have a really good game, it's going to feel too good, but that's just cards. That's just cards when they work.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a strong card.
When you
cool
draw
design.
the perfect curve and everything. Well, thank you. So that's our entire collaborative season of West Coast / Hollywood. Yeah. Actually wasn't that collaborative. All I did is I claimed Tiger and Arachne so that they didn't also get taken or didn't get a second design from one of my co-hosts. If you designed one, listener, I want to learn about it in the Speakeasy or the comments or wherever. DM me. I assign next week's homework. I am this time going to pick the low-hanging fruit of watching an episode of Wonder Man. It does come out a day before we record next week, so you will have to be on top of it. But we will be watching and discussing. So, listener, if you want to participate in next week's episode or want to avoid spoilers, there's your heads up, I guess. We'll probably give a spoiler warning next week, too.
Also, speaking of spoilers and spoiler warnings, they are dropping all of the episodes all at once. So just be aware of that. And I don't know what I'm doing that night. I might watch seveal of them. Who can say?
I was actually thinking about assigning extra credit just for Ben to only watch one.
Only watch the first one. We'll see what I can do. I don't know when the streaming when the binge watch comes upon me. Who knows?
The next night you can watch the rest. That's fine. After we record. But that's just extra credit. If you gotta inject it straight in your system all at once.
We'll see what happens. I make no promises one way or the other.
All right, fair enough. Listener, viewer, if you liked what you heard and haven't already, do all the things. If you want to come hang out in the Speakeasy, it's our corner of Discord. Instructions in the show notes or video description. We're proudly part of the Snap Judgments Network, where you can listen to other great shows like The Grand Pod, the titular Snap Judgments from Pulse Glazer and Nick the Greek Geek on Saturdays. Tune in next week. Same Snap time, same Snap channel. I did it again. I didn't really give myself a breath, but I don't know. It was fine.
That's doing an amazing job.
Maybe he will surprise me. Wouldn't be the worst. Okay. Do you want to take a break or plow ahead with secret homework?
Just secret homework. I can do it.
I'm down to plow.
All right. Down to plow. That's the title. Just kidding. I'm probably cutting that part. Okay. On to our...